Hello there, this is Marce from Engines Behavior. Welcome. So in this walkthrough video, we're going to be taking a look to the product design and the UX process for the Mitigate project. What is this presentation about? This is basically how we land Mitigate's product design and its mechanics, basically how they function and how they connect with each other, forming a self-sustained cycle. The way we do that is by working with UX wireframes, forming user flows, and landing the information architecture and the main interactions between the users and the system. But first, a little bit of context. We'll use color tags to mark the specific point of views that take place in this mapping. We'll use Company X as an example. We'll refer to protocols as a group of guiding principles. And you'll see also a lot of lorem ipsum, Latin words, as placeholder text. So as you can see here, we have the full product mapped out. The reason I zoom out is that I wanted to show you that there are different areas or regions. They are marked with colors, but they are also connected with each other. These are different user flows, right? Different processes that the users go through and connect with the rest of the platform, forming those mechanics that we just mentioned, right? So the first user that is engaging with the platform is the CEO of Company X. They're going to first engage with the platform through a landing page, right? And then go through an onboarding process that it's going to help them set up the platform and create a protocol, right? So once that company protocol is created, there are mainly two things going on here, right? First, the company protocol is delivered to the project managers, right? And also the app is gonna be revising if there are any new meetings coming up, right? And if so, it's gonna be triggering some messages and some processes, right? After that, we have the client that is gonna be filling out a survey, and that output is gonna be shown into the project manager's panel, right? Along with some other information that is gathered into the meetings, right? So let's dive in and see the full thing in detail. Okay, so here we have the CEO of Company X, and they're gonna be engaging with this beautiful landing page that we have here. They're gonna be signing up to the platform and start an onboarding process, right? Here we have a very quick screen explaining what is about to happen, right? And then they are prompted with two options. They can either select a template, a protocol template that we have, or they can create a new one from scratch. They can also see that they are about to start the process that is formed by 4 steps, right? And then they can enter the edit template screen, right? So this is basically what we consider a protocol in Mitigate, right? We have a predefined set of guiding principles, okay, that the user can, modify. They can edit those, they can get rid of some, and they can also aggregate new ones from this library right here, right? So each guiding principle has a title, has a type. It could either be a type of value guiding principle or something more operative or features even, right? So they all have a title, a description, some sort of tip or example, and also we have predefined ways of showing these guiding principles to different users, right? So we could set this guiding principle to be revised every 4 weeks, or maybe never be revised, or maybe after a certain amount of meetings, or maybe only show this guiding principle to the project manager, for example, right? Let's say that the user now wants to create a new guiding principle or edit one, right? So this is how they would do it, right? This is the screen. We would see that we are in step 2 of 4 right now. This would be step 1, step 2, right? Also in step 2 right here, they can navigate, they can see that everything is being auto-saved. They can also see that they can reset everything to the original version. And they can edit the guiding principles, title, the description, that short example, and also here they can set that periodicity that we just saw. They can set to never be revised, or maybe to be revised every X amounts of weeks or meetings, etc. Right? Okay, let's move on. So after that, the user is asked, hey, would you like this edition that you just did to be set as your company protocol? Maybe later. If so, we can continue, right? And now we need the CEO to tell the platform who are the project managers in their organization, right? So in this example, we have already sent some invites. So there are some people pending, there are others that have already accepted, right? Okay, so we just reached the point in which now the flow divides into two, right? After the setup is complete and the protocol is done, that protocol is going to be delivered to the homepage. And as you can see here, we have some overlapping flows, right? That's because the CEO is going to be, this is what actually the CEO is going to be able to see once he has completed the setup, right? He's going to be taken to the homepage. He's going to see, they're going to see the protocol that they just created. They're going to be able to edit that. They're going to have some feedback saying, role successfully updated, way to go. And also see the upcoming meetings, right? But if you were, sorry, if you were the PM, you wouldn't see the same features. You wouldn't see that message, and you wouldn't see this feature either, right? So that is two things that are going on. So the protocol has been delivered to the homepage, and now starts the journey of the project manager. We're going to be seeing that in just a second. And the other thing that is going on is that the platform is going to be checking for upcoming meetings and reaction accordingly, right? So depending on the situation, it's going to trigger some notifications, right? Depending if it's a new meeting from scratch, brand new meeting, or if it's a recurring meeting, plus maybe a new participant. If it's just a recurring meeting, the flow is going to be much simpler. So we're going to be taking a look into this process in just a second. First, let's dive into the project manager journey, user flow, okay? So now we are stepping into the shoes of the project manager, okay? So I can see that right now I have some upcoming meetings, and I have my protocol, right, that I have to revise and learn, right? I can also see that here, for example, I have the participants and their roles, right? I have some information about the meeting, the upcoming meeting, and also I'm seeing that there is a mail that clients are gonna be receiving. I could also did that. Okay, let's move on. This is the upcoming meetings. Now we can also see the past meetings, right? And so as this is an MVP version of the product, we're gonna need the project manager to upload the transcripts of any past meetings they have held with the clients, right? So in this case, by clicking that button, right, we're gonna have a pop-up window uh, where they can upload that meeting transcript, right? And once that happens, we get feedback. Awesome, your transcript was successfully updated. Processing transcript, this might take a few minutes, right? And so once that process is complete, the system will notify project managers that the results are ready, right? So now, when they come to the homepage, that meeting has some new data waiting for them, right? They can see that we have a meeting review where they can see a quick list of the guiding principles that were, what's the word here? They were respected or took place actually, into the meeting, and the ones that were not, basically. But they can also see that at a user level, right? If you click into a user profile, you're going to be seeing the user details, right? And here we have a summary view with the same data, but at a user level, right? We can see that in this exact meeting, this user had some trouble to comply with some guiding principles. Others went well, but we have a quick overview of how that went. We can also have a detailed view. This is super super valuable, right, for the company, because we can see that level of compliance, but also we can have context, right, to that event. We can know specifically the second in that conversation, in that meeting, when something went on, right, and what was referring to, what value was respected or maybe not, right? So we can have a full context on that event, which is super cool. And also we have a third tab here that is going to be reflecting the feedback from the client, right? Remember, this was the client survey, right? So the PM is going to be receiving that feedback from the client right into their panel. So after that, the other process that we're going to be taking a look into is what happened after the CEO was done with the setup, right? Remember that once they finished the setup, the company protocol was delivered to the project managers, and also the system would check for any upcoming meetings, right? So there are different types of meetings that could be occurring, right? We could have a simple recurring meeting, right? So a simple push notification and an email would be triggered. We could also have a recurring meeting plus the appearance of a new participant, right? And also we could have a new meeting from scratch, and this is the flow that we're going to be taking a look into because it's the most complete one, okay? So when a new meeting is about to occur, the system will trigger a push notification saying, for example, you have an upcoming meeting at 12:15, friendly reminder to check your protocol. And also would send an email saying, for example, we need to ask what project this meeting belongs to, right? So we need to define that. Also, we would see the users that are attending this meeting. We do have a button to review your protocol, also more information about it, right? And also here we have the app is letting us know that participants will be notified about this protocol X amount of minutes before the event, right? So we can edit that email that participants are going to be receiving. Let's take a look at that just really quickly. So this is basically a template, right? In this template, this email template, participants are going to be informed about the protocol that company X wants them to comply with. They want them to be informed about it, right? So here we have simply a list of the guiding principles, saying morning, client name, company X has shared the etiquette protocol with you. Please make sure you read it before your next meeting on September 12th at 12:15. Okay, and the project manager is going to be able to make some quick edits to that email. Okay, going back to the main flow, right? Once they receive a notification email letting them know that there's a new meeting coming up, they are going to have to let the system know what project is this meeting belonging to, right? So they can start typing in that input field, right? And get a list of projects in the system. And if there's no matching options, they're going to be able to create a new project right there. Okay, so very simple. So also, if there's someone whose role isn't mapped out, we need to define it, right? So the system will prompt us to do just that. Please define each new participant's role here, right? So we could have client lead, client PMs, and staff, right? For example. Okay, so roles successfully updated. Now everyone is being mapped out, right? And that is it. Okay, that is the core of the application. There is one more module to see here, and this is what the client lead would see, right? So after a while, or after actually a certain amount of meetings or weeks or whatever that has been set, the client lead will receive a push notification and an email, right? For example, saying, a little push, a lot of value. Let's answer this super short survey about Get Ready's meetings with company X, right? Same would go into an email, right? And so now they would see a quick survey. Let's nurture your project. This feedback will help us know how the project meetings are coming along and how and what needs to be improved. And so this is how they would see the survey. So super simple, actually. They would see how is project name going regarding this principle. Get ready, I think it was the project name. Anyways, so they would see each guiding principle, and the user could give their feedback simply by sliding, right? Saying, I think this project is going worse or better regarding this particular guiding principle. So thank you. That's it.